Imagine this. You are just a child. Your school teacher calls your mother and says, "Your son is not capable of learning. His mind is weak. He will never become anything in life." How would that child feel? This is the story of Thomas Alva Edison, a man the world later called a genius. But as a child, he was considered foolish, slow, and unfit. This is not just a story about inventions. This is the story of 1,000 failures, and these failures are what made him a legend. Thomas Edison was born on February 11, 1847, in Milan, Ohio, in the United States. His home was simple. There was no laboratory, no special facilities. His father, Samuel Edison, worked sometimes and was unemployed at times. His mother, Nancy Edison, was a school teacher. But more importantly, she believed in her son. Little Thomas was not like other children. He asked too many questions, so many that people became annoyed. Why does this happen? Why does that happen? What will happen if we do this? For teachers, these questions were a headache. Thomas stayed in school for only 3 months. After that, the teacher decided this child should be removed from school. When Edison came home, his mother read the teacher's letter. It said, "Your son is mentally weak. We cannot keep him in school." But Edison's mother never told him the truth. She said, "You are very intelligent. School is too small for you. I will teach you myself." That moment changed Edison's life. His mother educated him at home. Books, experiments, curiosity. Thomas spent his days taking things apart and trying to put them back together. He opened clocks. He broke toys. He mixed chemicals. Sometimes there were small explosions. Sometimes smoke filled the room. Sometimes nothing happened at all. But Edison never stopped. For his mother, this was not mischief. This was learning. This is where Edison learned a lesson that would one day light up the world. If something doesn't work, it doesn't mean you have failed. It means you have discovered another way that doesn't work. At the age of 12, Edison started his first job. He sold newspapers and candies at a railway station. But he didn't just sell. He observed. What do people buy? When do sales peak? How does the news affect people? Then he built his first laboratory inside a railway luggage car. Chemicals, bottles, wires, experiments. One day, an experiment exploded. A fire broke out. Railway staff threw Edison off the train. After this, Edison's ears were injured. Slowly, he began to lose his hearing. For the world, this was another failure. But Edison later said, "Deafness helped me. I didn't hear useless talk. I only heard my own thoughts." As he entered adulthood, he began working on inventions, telegraphs, signals, machines. Many of his early inventions failed. People laughed. Investors stopped funding him. He was called a mad inventor. Once, his laboratory caught fire. Machines, codes, years of work. Everything turned to ashes. His son cried. Edison calmly said, "Stop crying. Look how beautiful the fire is. Now we can start fresh again." Imagine a man whose life's work burns to ashes, and he still smiles. That is a legend's mindset. This is where Edison's journey of 1,000 failures truly began. The light bulb. Yes, the same light bulb that shines in every home today. Before it, the world lived in darkness. Candles, oil lamps, gas lights. Expensive, dangerous, often causing fires. Edison dreamed of a light that was cheap, safe, and could reach every home. People said, sending light through wires into homes. This is just a dream, not reality. But for Edison, impossible was just a word. He worked day and night, sometimes 18 hours straight, sometimes 36 hours without sleep. Burned hands, red eyes, exhausted mind. But his obsession never died. The hardest part was the filament. It had to glow without burning itself out. He tried everything. cotton, hair, paper, bamboo, metal wires. Every time, the bulb lit up and then went out. People mocked him. How many times have you failed, Edison? 500, 700, 900. Edison smiled and said, "I have not failed. I am learning." Money ran out. Investors stepped back. Sometimes he had to sell his inventions just to fund the next experiment. To the world, it was foolishness. To Edison, it was sacrifice. One day, with a bamboo filament, the bulb finally worked. Not for seconds, not for minutes, for hours. 1,000 failures for one light. But Edison didn't stop. He built power stations, wiring systems, and meters. In 1882, New York City was lit, and Edison's name went down in history. Critics came. The war between EC and DC began. Tesla and Westinghouse backed AC. Edison backed DC. It wasn't just science. It was ego, business, and power. Edison made mistakes. He was stubborn. But legends aren't perfect. Legends keep learning. In his personal life, his mind was in machines, but his home grew quiet. He struggled with family time, sometimes leaving loved ones in the dark, while lighting up the world. He never stopped, even in old age. His health failing, he continued in the lab. In 1914, another fire destroyed his laboratory. Years of work burned to ashes. His son said, "Father, everything is gone." Edison looked at the flames and said, "Good. All the old mistakes are gone. Tomorrow we begin again." On October 18, 1931, Thomas Edison quietly passed away at home. Cities across America turned off their lights for 1 minute. Darkness spread for the man who had given the world light. Today, when you flip a switch, record a sound, or see machines in action, Edison's thinking is still alive. He didn't just invent, he changed the way the world thinks. He taught us. Talent alone isn't enough. Persistence is everything. The boy who was removed from school, who could barely hear, who failed 1,000 times, is remembered today as a human legend. 1,000 failures, one legend.